Between Christmas and, well, Boxing Day 2025, while most of the UK was, still digesting turkey, traffic to property portals spiked by 93%.
That is a massive jump.
Right. Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a February 2026 Market Insight Report from Foxtons.
A really fascinating report, actually.
It really is. Our mission today is to figure out exactly why the previously sluggish London property market is suddenly cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, it was quite the shift.
Okay, let's unpack this. What actually flipped the switch from that wait-and-see era of late 2025?
Well, the main catalyst was the Bank of England. They cut the base rate down to 3.75% in December.
Okay.
And crucially, they held it there in February. So if we connect this to the bigger picture, the expectation that inflation is falling fundamentally changed how lenders model their risk.
Which changes the mortgage rates.
Exactly. Swap rates dropped, and that allowed lenders to just, immediately price their mortgage products much, much more competitively.
But wait, we hear about rate cuts all the time, right?
Yeah.
And 3.75% is still pretty high compared to those 1% rates we had just a few years ago. We knew a cut was probably coming.
Oh, definitely.
So how fast does that actually translate to regular people packing moving boxes? Because the speed of the reaction is just baffling to me.
Yeah, well, it's because pent-up demand finally met affordability. Rightmove's data shows that the December rate cut acted less like a gradual thaw and more like a starting gun.
Like a pressure valve releasing.
Precisely. That is what caused that record-breaking Boxing Day bounce we mentioned. Platform visits skyrocketed 93% between Christmas and Boxing Day.
Wow.
And new listings spiked by 143% compared to the days just before Christmas.
Here's where it gets really interesting. If we look at the market like that, coiled spring-releasing buyers actually had their deposits saved all through late 2025.
Right, they were just waiting.
Exactly. The high mortgage rates acted as a lock. That specific 3.75% threshold was the exact release point. And look at the success rate now.
It's impressive.
Nearly 7 in 10 homes listed in the first quarter actually go on to secure a buyer. February specifically sees a 68.9% success rate.
Which is huge.
And it takes an average of just 48 days to find a buyer.
And the underlying reality making that 40-day turnaround possible is the real key here. Right now in London, wage growth is currently outpacing house price growth.
Oh, wow. Wait, really?
Yeah. That is the fundamental shift. It is not just that debt got a bit cheaper. It is that real purchasing power improved.
Got it.
So that pulls a whole new wave of motivated buyers into the fold who, previously just couldn't make the maths work.
Right. The maths finally make sense for them. But with that pressure valve released, the market is suddenly flooded with both eager buyers and a massive spike in new listings.
Yep, totally flooded.
Agencies must be scrambling to capture all that sudden volume.
Oh, they absolutely are. What's fascinating here is how extreme the retention and acquisition tactics are getting just to compete for the best sellers.
What are they doing?
Well, Foxtons isn't just relying on natural market momentum. They are actively buying loyalty.
Yeah.
They are offering 20,000 British Airways Avios points to sellers.
Wait, seriously? Air miles?
Yep, air miles. And up to 30,000 points if you are a landlord letting a new property.
That's incredibly aggressive.
It is. Plus, they are actively marketing their efficiency, boasting a time to exchange that is 10% faster than the industry average.
So what does this all mean? For you listening, whether you are actively tracking your local market or preparing to list, we are looking at an incredibly rare alignment here.
Very rare.
You have these shifting macroeconomic factors, specifically wage growth, intersecting with cheaper debt, crashing perfectly into that seasonal New Year rush.
Which is a perfect storm.
Right. It creates this highly active, highly competitive window for both buyers and sellers in the capital.
Which leaves us with a compelling question for you to ponder.
Let's hear it.
If London's wage growth continues to consistently outpace house price growth in this new high-activity environment, will we see a fundamental shift in who can actually afford to buy in the capital?
That's a really great point.
Yeah, we might be watching the demographic landscape of London's neighborhoods alter permanently, all triggered by that one crucial drop in the base rate.